Alright, let's talk about DNA and why it's carrying more than just your eye color. So you've got patterns, traumas, and cycles that are passed down through your generations, and honestly, some of it isn't even yours. But here's the good news. So you're the one who gets to stop the bad stuff and flip the script for the whole bloodline. What I mean is, I'm talking about DNA memory. DNA memory, also referred to as generational curses in some cases with religious people like Christians. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but anyway, moving on. So it's kind of a big deal. So first of all, you need to look at your family, at your history, at your relatives, and you need to try to find a pattern. For example, say there's a lot of cancer in your family, or poverty, or mental illness, or just some kind of problem that is repeating itself over and over and over again, and that is your pattern. So you need to find that pattern. You need to recognize it. Once you see it, you can do something about it, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to do something symbolic to make it real, like write down what it is. You're going to write it down. So, for example, toxic relationships or financial struggles, emotional walls, whatever, write it down on a piece of paper. Okay? And then you can either create some kind of incantation or chant, or just use words from your heart, but you're going to state whatever it is that makes sense to you, that it ends today, it's over with, it's not going to carry on with you or your children. You're basically saying, this curse, it's dead, it ends here, we're done. You can do something symbolic, like almost like a cord cutting, where you would take yourself and connect it to something that represents what it is that's plaguing your family, and do a energetic cord severing in that way. Or you can make it completely verbal. There's instances where you can even summon certain spirits to help you break generational curses, depending on what side of the spectrum you're on, whether you're light or dark or whatever, would depend on the spirits that you call. But there are even demons that help break curses. So there is a good side to this. Not only are you breaking any generational curses or any kind of negativity that has been passed down through the generations, you can then start to rebuild it in a positive aspect. Start by planting new patterns. So speaking them, writing them down, manifesting them into existence, literally. You can say things like, I'm the one who breaks this cycle, or I'm rebuilding a legacy of power and abundance. And here's the thing, your ancestors didn't just pass you their struggles, they passed their strengths too. So you can call on them if that is what you decide to do. There are things that I'm sure you can find within your history, your family stories, your ancestors that you knew that had some kind of gift or some kind of power, that you can actually summon that power back to you, or keep it strong, re-empowering it, rebuilding it. Finally, live it, make moves that reflect the future for your creativity. Build habits and relationships that align with your new energy. That's important. And when you do, you're not just healing yourself, you're fixing your entire bloodline, past and future. This is important if you plan on having children. Like, you really need to nip the bad stuff in the bud and start rebuilding for them. This is all things that people don't think about. They get stuck in the material world and they don't realize that there's a whole spiritual aspect of things, or energetic aspect of things, that they can't see with their eyes, but they're there, and they can't figure out what's going on because they don't look deeper. And you do have the power to fix these things. But if you do get a chance, look up DNA memory. It's very interesting.